Yeah, look, all the girls are really excited for the game. We're looking forward to the match. I didn't think, I suppose, a couple of months ago that we get to this stage now, but it's kind of like playing Ashburn or College Camogie again when you're kind of training in the winter nights. But everyone's really looking forward to it. There's a good mood in the camp at the moment, and girls are really looking forward to it. I think it's great to get people back training and us back in together as a group. We're very close in the group, so the mood is good at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose it's only when you're away from it from so long that you miss that team environment, and I suppose you won't take it for granted again.
Oh, definitely not. No, so I suppose when we were away during COVID and we were apart from each other, it was very, very tough on all of us. We're all best friends, and I think that even outside of Camogie we'd all spend a lot of time with each other anyway. So when we actually got separated in for training and stuff like that, it was kind of like a shock to the system for a while, especially with the going from 3 or 4 or 5 nights a week training to nothing. So glad to be back in. I suppose there's such competition in the club scene this year with all the senior teams, intermediate teams and junior teams, seeing how well they progressed. But it's great when girls all come together. I think that that's kind of left with club scenes and everyone gets on really well.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose it kind of worked out good in a way for the county setup for Fergal, and the fact you've come back in after your club campaign, Camogie all the way through, and come back into the inter-county setup then kind of fresh and ready to go at that end.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose it was tough going at the start with COVID, and you're doing on gym programs and you were doing nutrition programs, and everyone was trying to put in their bit. We had Arthur, our nutritionist, and Kenny was trying to put in stuff for gym work and stuff like that. But I think the lads are glad, I suppose, the way things went, and the fact that we could get to 6 or 7 weeks with the run into championship really, really helped us. And I think it's the easiest pre-season we'll do for a while, I'd say. They put us through our paces for a while, but it's not a long dragged out 6 or 7 months of pre-season, so I think the girls will be happy about that.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We just see your trainer Dan Shanahan trotting up there, getting the cone set up as well. Obviously what a phenomenal ambassador he's been over the years, and to have someone like him involved doing the coaching, I know, I suppose you've been away from with a while, but what's he added, I suppose, since he's come in as coach?
Yeah, it's championship week and Dan has the legs out now for training session in the middle of winter, so it's championship week. But no, he's phenomenal. He's very, very good. He's an excellent coach. He's just, his knowledge of the game is just second to none. All the girls have massive respect for him. I think everyone in Waterford has such massive respect for him. So when he talks and when he gives you some pointers or whatever the case is, you really listen and you really take heed to it. I suppose we only got to see one league game at the start of the year, which we kind of saw tactically what we're going to do. But really looking forward to championship now. And I suppose this is Dan's first camogie team that he's trained. So I know he's been studying it and talking to other people about the way camogie team set up and whatnot. So I think he's a great man to have on the sideline. I think even for his own encouragement and the people skills he has with everyone, I think people forget that he's such a good hurling coach, that his skills with all the girls are just excellent, and that I think that anywhere he goes he kind of leaves his mark, even with the any club teams he's with Waterford or the Waterford senior setup as well.
Absolutely, yeah, bringing that energy to the table as well, that's important to have in your setup as well, isn't it, to enjoy training, I suppose, and bring that into matches then as well.
Yeah, I suppose at the start of the year Dan was a bit apprehensive about training girls, and he didn't want to curse in front of us, and didn't really know what he was allowed to do, what he wasn't allowed to do, but no, he really settled into it then, and I think that bringing energy, and I suppose you have to be good people skills. Girls can be hard to deal with sometimes, and I suppose it's a lot different to the men's team. I think they know what they want and they don't bother saying it, whereas girls kind of take it all in and they nearly take it to heart sometimes. So the lads, Fergal, Dan, Pauline, Tommy, Kenny, they're all excellent. Even Sinead as well, back in with us now on Saturday, and it's like one big family. We've had Kenny the last couple of years, Sinead, and anyone that comes into it really buys into it, and I think that not only the players enjoying it, but the management are really buzzing for it as well.
And huge challenge, of course, taking on your neighbours Kilkenny. No better one, I suppose, to get up for on Saturday. Huge challenge, but a home game for yourselves, and one I'm sure you're really looking forward to, Niamh.
Yeah, look, we're really looking forward to it now. I suppose it really come to light now in the first rounds of championship now. I know we've got a couple of challenge matches and stuff in, but it really comes to light when championship, it's a whole different ball game. Teams will be testing out their own players with challenge games, so you can't really read too much into them. So it's really down to who's done the work in COVID, who's really put who's really made their marker, and who's really put down the foot when they got their club scenes back going again, and when they got their county scene back going again as well. Really, really looking forward to Kilkenny. Kilkenny are always a really, really tough team. We always have great battles with them. Sure, it's only over the road, and most of the girls from WIT in different counties, we all know each other really, really well. So I think in Walsh Park, so it's great to play in Walsh Park. The way the conditions of the pitch is excellent. We played a county final there this year, and The pitch was like a carpet there as well, so given the time of year, it's really, really good. And I think that the girls looking forward to it. We have Limerick then, and then we have Westmeath, so I think that if we get a good start now against Kilkenny and could put in a good performance now, it'll really lift the confidence. And there's all to play for, all knockout stages. Like, you win basically one or two of your games and you're into quarterfinals, you top the group and you're into semi-finals, so it's all to play for between any of the teams really.
Yeah, absolutely. Just chatting to the management team there about I suppose that Kilkenny over the years have been strong, but I suppose it's about maybe doing what you're good at as well. You've plenty of talent around the field as well, and I suppose not to get too bogged down in the opposition, concentrate on what you're good at.
Yeah, definitely. I suppose that's one thing that we took to light last year against Galway, and I think we proved the whole country wrong when Galway went on to win the All-Ireland, but we met them in the quarterfinals and we were beating them at half time. And I think that we just really focused on our own game and what intensity, work rate, and skills and skill set we were going to bring, what kind of game plan we were going to bring, and we put it up to them for the majority of the match, 45 minutes, but we didn't sustain it sadly for the full game. They're just a very, very good outfit, so I think that really girls took a lot of confidence in that, even though it was devastating at the time and you want to see them winning the cup, but girls took a lot of confidence from that, and I suppose that they don't really have any fear, and I think that's what the management are trying to embed into us, that you don't have any fear of this so-called top 3, top 4. Like, you go out and you play every team as if they're the next opposition, they're what's standing your way for the All-Ireland final.
Absolutely, and of course a great bond amongst the panel. You mentioned the club activity here, the club championship, junior, intermediate and senior, very competitive of course across all levels, and I know it was a gut-wrenching defeat for yourselves in the county final, just very nearly Pip Galt here. Was that a hard one to take, or was it maybe good to have the fall back at the county then to come back into that straight away? Yeah,
look, it was a really hard one to take. I suppose it was a different time this year when you're playing with your club so early in the year and you get to go back to all the girls. I think across Camogie, across the country, I think so many players came back playing this year, or maybe didn't go away on holidays, didn't go on J1s, and really just brought the game up. Like, even in our own club, like, we'd have 30 girls training, 25, 30 girls all the time, and it really brought the teams together. And it really just, I suppose, I know it was bad the way COVID, the whole situation it was, but I think for sports it really, people got a love for sports again, and like, it really made you appreciate the times and the games that you could play and the games you could watch. As regards the match, we were 9 points down at one stage and we came back, and I thought in the extra time that we were going to pip it at the end, but you can never really say never, and we left in a goal and shouldn't really left in that goal. That's it at the end of the day. Like, these are the margins. If you're on the other end, you'd be delighted, but these are the margins. You can't really leave in a goal in the last minute because it's not really good enough. That's from everyone, so look, I'm sure there's a young group of girls there from St. Anne's, and the same with Galt here. Like, you have to just put them down to them. They just are relentless, and they're so well trained. They're just a really team that you'd have to admire, and everything they're doing from underages up, Joe's really paying heed to it, and I suppose we went through a development stage with St. Anne's. We lost a lot of county players, a lot of girls that would have been really strong players for us, like Pauline and Karen Kelly, Jenny Simpson, Charlotte, and all these players, and we were only kind of rebuilding, so myself and Claire White are near the old ones on the team now, so hopefully there'll be a couple more matches that we play, but going into the county team was great again, and I think it just showed a bond between all the girls, that you could go out and go dogged with each other in county finals, semi-finals, club stages, and it's all forgotten about, and you just have one goal, and that's to get to an All-Ireland final this year. And
a final point before Dan starts giving out to me for not leaving you join the training session, but you might miss the old running, Niamh.
But you'll see his legs before you'll see him run across first.
But I suppose looking forward to Saturday, and it's great to be back into championship. For a while we didn't think we'd have it, and there is still, I suppose, a great deal of uncertainty out there, and it's a worrying time for a lot of people. But while there'll be no spectators, I know the game will be streamed, and no doubt your own gang will be watching it. Everyone's parents and family, and a lot of Waterford people will be tuned in, keen to follow your progress, and no doubt you're keen to get off to a winning start.
Yeah, hopefully people tune in. It's from the Camogie Association that's being streamed at the moment. I think we're the first game that's going to be streamed for the 2020 Camogie Championship, which is going to be very, very good. So hopefully people will tune into it now, and I suppose see the progress that we've been making, and I think that there is a good buy-in from a lot of male, female, a lot of things at the moment. There is a lot of bad press going around at the moment with female sports, but I do think that it doesn't really matter what you're playing. I think people are so mad to watch games, and getting to swing of things in championship is just around the corner for the men's games as well, and hopefully people will tune in, and the weeks after, then hopefully we'll be able to stream them from Waterford, then the Limerick game and the Westmeath game as well.
Absolutely, and on that, before I finally leave you run up, obviously you mentioned the dual players. Obviously the decision at the Congress last weekend to say, you know, the Camogie Association and ladies football, obviously they seem to be completely on different wavelengths and don't seem to see the purpose or see a place for the dual player. You've played football yourself with the club, had a good campaign and run with Kilrossendale Brickies as well, but your own maybe views just quickly on that.
Look, it's very, very disappointing. Like, you know, I know even my father played football and hurling for Waterford, and my brother did the same as well, like, and they tried their best to do the dual as best they could, like, you know, so I see the commitments that they put in. I think it's so disappointing for all the girls, like even the likes of Caoimhe McGrath last year, who played both and had to make some tough decisions at the best of times, like, and she's training around the clock all the time. It was just really, really disappointing that they can't come to some sort of mutual agreement, and it's only the players that are losing out at the end of the day, like, you know. So I do really think that although it's bad press at the moment for Camogie and ladies football, something does need to be done about it, because it's the players that are losing out. And I think for change to happen, you do need to kind of kick up a bit of the fuss, and you do need to kind of say this isn't good enough and stand up to it, and hopefully the Camogie Association and ladies game football will kind of put aside their differences and just, I think, work together just for the good of their players, because it's the players that are going to lose out on it at the end of the day.
Great stuff, Niamh. Many thanks for joining us. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thanks a million, Gavin.